A very good evening. You're watching News 9 with me, Akshita. But first up, we've got some big news coming in. The City Police Commissioner Raghavendra Auradkar not to be transferred, according to KJ George. This has come in after, in fact, there were talks after the meeting that Raghavendra Auradkar could be transferred. But Home Minister KJ George has clarified and stated that he will not be transferred. KJ George has stated that the government is not considering Auradkar's transfer. And of course, it is being understood that the meeting was purely to discuss exactly how they can take the case with regards to the ADGP forward. Remember, soon after the meeting, there were several reports stating that, in fact, Siddaramaiah as well as others present in that meeting had decided that Raghavendra Auradkar will be transferred, but that will not be the case. My colleague Harish joins us over the phone line with more information. Harish, over to you. Take us through exactly what transpired in that meeting.
Well, in a late evening development, we have seen a meeting that was taken at the Krishna residence of Chief Minister, and you had everyone attending this meeting. You had the Home Minister, the Chief Minister, the District in Charge Minister Ramlinga Reddy, as well as two other ministers, Dinesh Gundu Rao and Krishna Bairegowda from the city, and even Auradkar was present in the initial parts of this meeting. And the reports that were coming out from the Chief Minister's residence was that there was a serious discussion about transferring Raghavendra Auradkar from the city, shunt him out from the city after the recent developments over this coffee shop case. Remember, from the morning there have been major developments. The governor of the state has intervened. He has asked the Chief Minister to intervene and make sure that this doesn't continue. He said that developments like these will make the society to lose confidence in the police force, after which this meeting was called. At the same time, almost simultaneously, you had Ravindranath filing a counter complaint against Raghavendra Auradkar at the Kaban Park police station under the SCXT rules. He stated that he was being targeted by Raghavendra Auradkar. So these were the developments that were happening, and we are told that there was a serious discussion about shunting out or transferring Raghavendra Auradkar as the city police commissioner. But now, just a while ago, in fact, just a few minutes ago, we had KJ George, who came out of this meeting. He said that right now the government is not contemplating transferring Raghavendra Auradkar, and the probe will go on, and in the next few days, perhaps in one or 2 days, a new post will be given to Ravindranath. Remember, he has been transferred, but he hasn't been given his posting. So he said that even that will happen in the next few days, Akshita. Both the state government and the Chief Minister and the Home Minister have made their displeasure known about the kind of happenings over the past few days over how this entire issue being played out in the public there. Especially, remember, even in the evening, the complaint was filed, the complaint copy was available to the media, and the details of the complaint copy too was available. So somewhere the state government has made it very clear to both ADGP and Raghavendra Auradkar that this cannot happen in a public layer. If there are issues, this has to be sorted out behind closed doors. Also, there are indications which are suggesting that the state government, although seriously contemplated transferring Raghavendra Auradkar, might have decided to not transfer him and wait for some time till this issue dies down, and later on take a call on what to do with Raghavendra Auradkar. At the same time, they have given out a statement saying that the Raghavendra Auradkar, Ravindranath will get a new posting in the next few days. So they are making sure that this issue somewhere dies down, or with this CID probe order will take a back seat, and later on they can take action, Akshita.
Right, Harish. Also, with regards to the complaint filed by ADGP Ravindranath, it clearly names Auradkar. In fact, he's gone on to state that Auradkar has practiced untouchability on him because he belongs to the scheduled caste. Even if Auradkar has not been transferred, now there's no doubt that he is going to face a heavy backlash from that complaint.
Yes, remember, it's not just that complaint. We are getting information that there are protests happening in various parts of the state. As we speak, we are told that there was a protest in Mysore where KSRP personnel protested against the treatment given to Ravindranath. At the same time, as you rightly mentioned, the complaint has been registered against Raghavendra Auradkar at the Kaban Park police station. Remember, even when Ravindranath spoke to the media yesterday, he said that he tried to speak to Raghavendra Auradkar and he wanted to get into the car when Raghavendra Auradkar was leaving his office and explain things in the car as they are traveling. But Raghavendra Auradkar warned Ravindranath not to get into his car, and he said that you don't dare get into my car. So he is taking all these issues that he has mentioned in front of the media, and he's mentioned it in his complaint as well, and he's saying that he's being discriminated and targeted. Now it will have to be seen how the Cubbon Park police will act with regard to this particular complaint lodged by Ravindranath Akshita.
Right, Harish, thank you so much for joining us with all those details. But initial reports suggested soon after the meeting that Chief Minister Siddaramaiah alongside Home Minister KG George and several other important government ministers had decided to transfer Commissioner Raghavendra Auradkar to ensure that more controversy does not spill over. But instead, a confirmation coming in from KG George that no such decision has been taken, that Auradkar will remain as the police commissioner. But having said that, there's also a lot of talk about what will happen next. Will, in fact, that complaint against Auradkar spell trouble for him, and how will the government take this? Remember, this is at the end of the day a blot on the police department, a blot on the Home Ministry, and no doubt everyone's going to face brickbats over this particular issue spilling over, blowing up into a huge controversy, which has only gone on to highlight the kind of infighting that is present within the police department. It is understood that Chief Minister Siddaramaiah himself has gone on to say that this is a very unfortunate incident. He's expressed his disappointment over the fact that it has been played out so publicly in front of everyone. That rift within the police department between two senior officials is right there for everyone to see. Well, earlier the ADGP had filed a complaint against Raghavendra Auradkar, DCP Central Ravikante Gowda, as well as the High Grounds Sub-Inspector M.S. Ravi at the Cubbon Park police station. In his complaint, the ADGP had alleged that he was being discriminated on the basis of caste, and Raghavendra Auradkar was practicing untouchability against him.
Case is registered. Call the IO. Call the IO.
Serious allegations there in that complaint filed by Ravindranath, where he has named 3 people. One of them is Commissioner Raghavendra Auradkar. Besides that, DCP Central Ravikante Gowda and the IG of the IP of course, the High Grounds Police Station as well. My colleague Nishita joins us live from the newsroom with more information. Nishita, if you could highlight to us exactly what Ravindranath has stated in his complaint.
Well, Ravindranath has very clearly stated this particular complaint is aimed at targeting Raghavendra Auradkar over his alleged acts of untouchability. Now, we know that Ravindranath has constantly targeted the police commissioner, saying that he is conspiring against him and the entire controversy is a conspiracy against him. Apart from that, he has also gone on to claim that it is a long-drawn rivalry that exists between the two IPS officers, which dates back to several years, and that Auradkar nurses this grudge against him, and that's the reason why he is being targeted at the moment. He even went on to claim that the man Sridhar, who is part of the complaint, who was the Samaritan who helped out the 2 girls when they were trying to question Ravindranath at the cafe, saying that even that man was placed in that coffee shop to trap Ravindranath in some manner or the other. He went on to state that all the illegalities that he has faced in the last 3 days is because of Raghavendra Auradkar. And in this complaint that he has submitted to the station house officer of the Cubbon Park police station, he starts off the entire complaint by mentioning the officials against whom he wants to file a complaint, and that includes, of course, the police commissioner Raghavendra Auradkar. There is also Sri Ravikante Gowda, who is the DCP of Central Division. Also, he mentions M.S. Ravi, who is the PSI of High Grounds Police Station. He claims that these 3 individuals are responsible for tarnishing his image. These 3 individuals are responsible for the kind of humiliation that he has been facing in the last several days. Apart from that, he has directly gone on to claim that Raghavendra Auradkar treated him like an untouchable because he belongs to the lower caste. I will just read out a few excerpts from this copy, Akshita. He said, I told him that investigating officer told me that he requires your permission, which means Auradkar's permission. Accordingly, I came to you to request you to direct the investigating officer to arrest in the interest of justice so that I can give my statement and clarify things. But you told me that we will go to DG and IGP. I accompanied you. At the portico of the commissioner's office, I told you, in this entire letter, you means the police commissioner, he said, can I sit in your vehicle? And you told me, don't touch me. Further, I told, can I sit in the back of your car? You told me, it is my car, you cannot sit. Further, you moved away from me, treating me like an untouchable, and ran away from the portico and asked your driver to come up to the gate of the commissioner's office where you boarded the car. This shows that you have practiced untouchability on me since I am a member of a scheduled caste. Now, this is one excerpt from his complaint where he has clearly gone on to accuse Raghavendra Auradkar of treating him like an untouchable. Apart from that, he has also gone on to claim that despite the complainant's hesitation to file a complaint against Ravindranath, Raghavendra Auradkar insisted that she file a complaint, and thus he has implicated me in a false case and committed offence under Prevention of Atrocities Against SCs and STs Act of 1989. Now, these are the highlights of this particular complaint, Akshita, where he has clearly gone on to make some serious allegations. It almost seems like the original issue, with the issue of the girl's picture being clicked, of her being subjected to a harassment of sorts by clicking her picture without her permission, has completely been sidelined, and the war of words, the rivalry between these two IPS officers, Ravindranath and Raghavendra Auradkar, has taken precedence over it. So in this entire complaint, he has gone on to show how he was physically abused by the officials at the High Grounds police station, and how despite the incident coming to light, despite the girl, the complainant herself saying that Ravindranath is a good officer and that she does not want to pursue this case anymore, she was allegedly forced to put forth this complaint by the police commissioner. So it almost seems like Ravindranath has decided to take Raghavendra Auradkar head on, and some serious allegations being made of untouchability and caste-based discrimination. As we know, caste-based discrimination can invite some heavy punishment for any of, especially the government officials, if they are found practicing the same. And Raghavendra Auradkar now faces these accusations now that Ravindranath has come out in an official complaint against him, Akshita.
Right, Nishita, thank you so much for joining us with all those details about a complaint being filed against Commissioner Raghavendra Auradkar by Ravindranath there. And believe it or not, he's gone on to play the caste card. Ravindranath has gone on to state that Auradkar practiced untouchability on him because he belonged to a scheduled caste.